The headlights on this 2014 Toyota Auris behind me really are appalling. So let's fix that. Avid followers of my channel will probably have seen me complaining about the headlights on this car in the past. They really are that bad. I mean, literally you'd have to strike a match to see if they're on. They're just, you know, the beam intensity is terrible and the pattern is not great either. I have a 91 Golf over there that is, well, my wife has a 91 Golf over there that the headlights are better on, and my 74 Beetle has better headlights. So that kind of says a lot. I mean, in case you think that I'm just being a Mr. Money Pants or whatever, I'm really not. They're that bad. So I bought a set of LED bulbs from ledperf.com they're based in France. And they cost me €112. So these are not the cheapy crap LED bulbs. These are proper high quality LED bulbs, and they're specifically designed for lensed headlights, so projector headlights rather than reflector headlights. I did in the past actually have a set of HID headlights in this car, and they were very good, but the problem is the legislation says that you're actually not supposed to have HID headlights in a car that doesn't have self-leveling lights and headlamp washers, and this car unfortunately doesn't have either of those features. So I removed them because I really don't want to be faffing around with taking bulbs out just to do the national car test. And also I do want the car to be legal, and I don't want to be dazzling people. It's not my style, it really isn't. So let's get these fitted. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark on the garage door exactly where the old bulb's beam pattern actually aligns to, so that we can get it basically the same if we do need to make any adjustments. So I'm literally just going to put some black tape there and some black tape here, and then that will give us an indication as to where the beams should line up to. So you can see it's just on the edge of the kind of the beam. So yeah, that's a datum point. It's accurate enough, I think, to be honest with you, and if it isn't, then it'll fail the NCT and it'll have been my own fault, and it'll be due the NCT soon anyway. So anyway, let's turn off the lights before the bulbs get too hot, and we'll pop them out and have a look and see what's involved in fitting those LED bulbs. So let's start with the difficult side first. You'll see here that the washer bottle neck is actually in the way, but that can be removed. So there's supposed to be a plastic clip here, and there was until a moment ago when I popped it out and it disappeared down into the engine bay. So I think I'll be replacing that with a nut and bolt. Those plastic clips are the bane of my life. Anyway, so once you have the plastic clip out, you just take it out, turn it maybe a fifth of a turn. That comes out, simple as. So that gets that out of the way. And then what you can do is you can pull off the rubber cover. I'll bring you in closer and you can have a look now. So here's the cover I'm talking about. That literally just pops off there first of all, and you'll see that there was a hole made in this for the HID headlight kit that I had in it. Now my only concern here is the fact that the kit that I was sent is not a HIR2 kit, even though that's what I actually ordered. It says here it's a HB3 or H10 kit, so I'm hoping they're interchangeable. The Toyota is fitted with HIR2 bulbs, so yeah, well, let's just hope. Okay, so looking down in there, that's the back of the bulb with the brown electrical connector on it. So you can just get in there. It's kind of hard to get the camera and my big meat fists in at the same time, but that's the general idea. That's what you have to do, is pull off the electrical connector by pressing in the clip. Let's see if I can do it. It's, as I said, if you have two hands free, it's a bit easier. But when you, there we go. Yeah, the clip really did just need a good bit of force to push it in. You can actually see the clip here now. That's it. So you're pushing in that part down there, and then you push the connector off the bulb. Now the bulb literally just comes out like a. You literally give it a little twist anti-clockwise if you were looking at the back of it. Give the bulb a wiggle and extract it, and there's the HIR2 bulb. Now it is very, very important, if you're just replacing a halogen bulb with another halogen bulb, or even a HID bulb, do not touch the glass. The glass is quartz, it's quartz glass. You put a fingerprint on that, the glass will crack because you'll create a hot spot, and the bulb will last days in some cases, and you will, in any case, you will significantly shorten the life of the bulb. So don't touch them. You can touch the plastic part only. So that's that removed. So now let's have a look at our LED headlights and see how they compare. So here's the kit. I'm just going to put that bulb down there, and we'll take one of our new bulbs out. They come with a little foam cover on the glass. Well, it's not glass, it'll be... That's kind of what you're looking at there. Now, straight away, I'm just looking here to see if there's a significant difference in the size of the tabs on it, and there are. These bulbs incidentally have a little fan on the back of them. They've also got this thing here, which I assume is a choke of some description. But whatever it is, anyway, it's there, and it needs to be accommodated. And let's have a look at our electrical connector as well and make sure that that's the same. So right, so for the sake of comparison now, I have you guys in a stand. So the electrical connector in the halogen bulb has a tab on it, and the ones for the LEDs do not. So that would essentially mean that you could actually put the connector on the wrong way around. So that'd be a caveat there. You have to be careful of that, I suppose. And the thing about it is if you were to put the bulb in the wrong way around, I'm going to assume that you wouldn't damage it, but you don't know. Like, I mean, that's the thing about it. Being that they're a higher quality, that they're a high quality unit, you'd like to think they wouldn't be damaged. The other thing as well I'm looking at now is the positioning of the tabs. Although smaller, they do look the same, and it does look as though the LED bulb will in fact fit in place of the halogen. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing for it than to just try it in the car and see. That's all we can do. So let's try this side anyway. We have everything we need, and we'll pop it in and see. You can see the two LED chips on it there. So look, they have to be better than bloody those halogens. They're pants. They really are. Diodes by their nature are polarity sensitive, and the D in LED stands for diode, light emitting diode, if you don't know already. So yeah, that's why the connector will make a difference. If you put it on the wrong way around, it's not going to work. So let's see if we can manipulate that in there. Tight for space. I can't see how, with this in, I'm going to be able to put the cover onto the back of the light. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And it seems to fit. Okay, so that's the first hurdle out of the way. Now let's get our connector on. And then what we'll do is we'll power it up and see what the difference is like between the new one and the old one. I've turned off my work light there, so now let's power on the lights. Hey, it's working. And I tell you what, it is bloody bright. Wow, that is impressive. There's some difference there, folks. Okay, so now we're going to do the garage door test. I'd say it's fair to say there's a big difference there. It's much brighter. And the beam alignment and the spot on as well, so that's brilliant. I'm really happy with that now. So yeah, I'm going to just turn that off there now, and we'll do the other one. Fortunately enough, all the wiring gubbins does fit inside there, so that's brilliant. So that means that I can actually put my cover back on the back of the light as well. So yeah, I'm dead chuffed about that. That's really nice. That's a nice kit. It'd want to be for €112 in fairness, but now on this side you don't have the annoyance of the washer bottle thing in the way, and that down there is the ballast from the old HID headlight kit I actually had in this car, which I need to remove, because if they see the white lights and they see a ballast, they may assume that I actually do have HID lights in this car, and that is no longer the case. The HID kit, by the way, if you're interested in buying it off me, if it's legal in your country or whatever, drop me a message or drop me a mail to live1052@yahoo.com, and yeah, I mean, for you, my friend, good price. They've only got maybe 50 hours on them, if even that, to be honest. So they're pretty good. They're in pretty good nick, and I've put them in a proper box. Before anybody criticises me, it's not in my interest to blind people on the road, but I do need to be able to see where I'm going. And you know, when you've 30-year-old cars and 40-year-old cars with better headlights, sorry, but I had to do something about it. You know, my wife and child travel in this car, and I needed to be safe. Not that I feel too much not that I feel a huge need to justify myself, to be honest with you. Not with the prats out there that go around with their fog lights on all the time, and I'm not one of those people. There we go. Jeez, stuff, put that one, put up a fight. You just step back and have another go at it, it just drops in then. Just make sure that's working before I push it home onto the clip. Yes, it most certainly is working. Happy days. The fan doesn't make much noise either on the back of them, insofar as you really won't hear it in amongst the noise of everything else under the engine bay. There's plenty of room in there actually to push the cables into underneath them, inside in the headlamp unit. So there we go, we'll put that back on. Yeah, once you put the covers on, you barely hear the fan. That's cool. I like that now. I'm really happy with them. Last thing to do then is to reinstall the headlamp, the bloody the filler neck for the screen wash. And I'm going to use a cable tie. Cable ties are invented for the aviation industry, so if they're good enough for that, they're good enough for this. And yes, cable ties are used on planes. Brilliant. Okay, that's great. So I'm really happy with that now. Let's have a look at it in the garage door. That is a vast improvement, and the alignment is pretty much spot on as well. So let's just turn on the main beams and see how they look. There's shutters in them. They use the same bulbs. There's actually shutters inside the headlamp unit. You would have thought the main beam would actually have more coverage than that, but apparently not. I hope that's not going to become an issue, to be honest with you. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, to me it looks like I'm just concerned now that the bulbs are designed literally just for low beam applications and not combined. It didn't say anything about that when I bought them, but yeah, we'll just have to take it out in the open road and find out. But they certainly, in low beam application, they're a hell of a lot better. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Well folks, I drove the car in to work this morning and it was dark out, and I am pleased to report that the difference was indeed night and day. See what I did there? So yeah, massive difference, and an upgrade that was well worth it. Whatever way it twisted and turned, it is definitely a vast improvement on what was in it before. So I'll leave it there folks. Thanks very much for watching, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go if you like what you saw, and I'll see you in a future video. Talk to you soon.